Hi there, I'm AngellXLuci. Welcome to my video. Today we're going to be setting up my binders for new comebacks. So let's get started. We're going to get started on... Thanks. We're going to get started on Stray Kids, because they're having a comeback soon. Now there's not much known about it yet, I think. But we do have like album previews. I forgot that word for a second. So I do want to make this right now. And I'm going to be collecting 3 members again. Still Hyunjin, Han and Felix. I'm forgetting everything today already, I'm sorry. But from the looks of the previews, there seem to also be a couple more photo cards that I do also want to get. Because I do usually collect unit photo cards, and there should be 4 unit photo cards. And there should be a film set kind of thing. I'm not entirely sure what that's going to be. But I want to collect all of them for that as well. So why am I out of breath from doing absolutely nothing? So I'm going to start writing down the names of the stuff that I want to collect. I made a list. It's rather chaotic, but it works for now. So that should have everything I need to collect. And I did not put these in the right order. Yeah, so what I wanted to do was basically give each member a color, which is why I said this is not in the right order. I kind of expected myself to have put it in such a way that the members are... I needed to see what I did for the last comeback for a second. Did I also do that on the... Yeah. Am I doing only this binder this way? Because I think for other groups I'm doing rows, like horizontal rows of members, not... Okay. A little confused, but I'll figure that out, I guess. That means I want these in the middle. I still messed it up. Okay, so I intended for the floral designs to be in the middle. It did not end up in the middle. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why I'm this nervous today, because it's honestly the fact that I'm messing up is caused by me being nervous for some reason. I have nothing to be nervous about at the moment. Like, sure, I get a little nervous when filming usually. But right now it's bad to the point where I can't speak. And I don't usually get that nervous, I think. So I'm not sure what's wrong with me today, but it's definitely something. So, yeah, this should now go here. You know, it's probably funny to watch me struggle. Maybe at least a little. What did I just do? Oh, I did not place these correctly. Oopsie. Everything is fine. Come on, we can do this. I feel like everyone on this planet can currently see how this is not going great for me at the moment. Enjoy my suffering. You know, even though I did the wrong one in the middle, it still looks sort of pretty. Sort of pretty. Okay, let's not mess this one up. I had 4 for the units that I actually want on the back of this page. I also need fillers. I forgot to get fillers. I am a mess today. So, yeah. You know, let's just be nervous together. Maybe it's not being nervous as much as maybe it's not being nervous as much as it's being excited for the comebacks, because there is a lot of them. And, you know, it's kind of exciting, right? So, yeah, I guess I'm just excited and not nervous, and that's why I currently can't function. Because there's, I'm not sure if I mentioned this before or not, but there's going to be 4 comebacks in this video. Well, I'm going to be preparing for 4 comebacks in this video. So that's a lot. Like, I'm used to multiple groups having comebacks at the same time, simply because I collect a lot of groups. I think 10 is a lot. But, you know, this time around it's 4 in, I think, the same month or same 2 months. And there's also some kind of teaser that came out at ATEEZ's Instagram today. So I'm not sure if that's also going to be a comeback or just something else. But that means it may be possible that there's going to be 3 comebacks in the next 2 months. Or 5 comebacks in the next... 5 comebacks in the next 2 months. Which, you know, that's a lot. That's exciting, but also kind of scary, because that is a lot of things to collect in a short amount of time. But we'll see. So, this is done right now. So I'm going to get the other binder, because everything else I'm going to be doing today is in one binder. Which is kind of convenient, I guess. Because I have multiple groups in the same binder. So it looks like it's just NiziU, but it's NiziU, Lightsome. Who else is in here? NiziU, Lightsome. I'm getting old. NiziU, Lightsome, Hyana, 4 minutes. Those are all in this binder, and I'm also going to add Ginny's solo to this. Because it's, well, I'm not sure where I want to keep Ginny eventually, because to me it still feels like she's kind of part of NMIX. But that binder is actually pretty full as is, which is why I'd rather put her in here, for now at least. Simply so that other binder doesn't get over full. Okay, let's see if I can do things right this time around. For NiziU I collect 3 members, and I'm going to collect the same 3 members for this comeback. So it's Mako, Lima and Nina. And there's only 2 photo cards per member for this. For now. I'm sure they're Remember what I said about not being able to speak and write at the same time? I'm sure sure... Jesus. I'm sure they will announce more album versions soon, but they are not announced yet. The reason I'm saying that is that NiziU is a group from JYP, but they haven't debuted in Korea yet. This is their Korean debut. And simply looking at a lot of other JYP groups, they tend to have more than 2 versions for an album. Like, not necessarily at debut, which is why this is kind of an interesting one, because this is not their overall debut. They have been in Japan, active in Japan for a while now, but it is their Korean debut. So I'm not sure, it's very well possible that it will just be only these 2 photo cards per member. Like, just to... Only two album versions for this comeback, or debut, whatever it is. But it would also make sense to have a lot more, since a lot of JYP groups do have a lot more album versions per comeback. So I'm definitely excited to see exactly what they are going to do. I did not put a page in. I'm honestly not entirely sure whether, like, what I'm hoping for, whether I'm hoping it's going to stay at 2 or it's going to be more. Because while more is fun, it also means there will be a lot more to collect. And I mean, that's also fun, but also there's a lot of stuff going on at the same time, which makes things a little stressful. So I'm not sure. Like, I don't know, I kind of think I would like this to stay at just 2 album versions. Simply because there's so much going on at the moment. But that does make me feel kind of bad for NiziU, because I do really like them, and I am really excited for this. It's just too much at the same time. Why can't artists plan this stuff better? Like, that would be great, right? If there were no... Well, actually, that would probably be impossible. How is this too big for the... Things are not going as planned today. Thank you. So that's NiziU already, because there's only 2 photo cards per member, and since I only collect 3 members, it's going to be only 3 photo cards. 6 photo cards. Counting is difficult. Next up we're doing Lightsum, who are also having their comeback. It definitely looks interesting. I'm also, for them, very interested to see how they are going to do all of their dances with 2 members less than they had previously. Like in variety shows and stuff like that, a lot of times they will do their older dances as well. And they now have 2 less members than they used to have, so that's interesting. And because they now have 2 members I only collect Sangha for now. Because I used to collect Sangha and the 2 members that left. So, yeah, it's going to be just her, I guess. I'm not entirely sure yet whether I will collect just her or everyone. Yeah, I'm still thinking about that. Because I feel like I need to collect 2 more members. I forgot to write this. I feel like I need to collect 2 more members to make the page look pretty. But at the same time, when I do that, that makes me that also makes me feel like I need to collect those 2 other members for every era, which means also all of their previous eras. And that kind of means I'm going to need to collect everyone for those eras at least, because otherwise it's going to look dumb, I think. Because then I'll collect 5 members for the first few eras. And I feel like that's going to look weird. Because 5 is not like an amount you can put in a page prettily, basically. Like 8 isn't much better, but at that point you just have the entire group and you can't collect 9 members for a group that doesn't have 9 members. So at that point it will look the best it can look. And if I collect 6 members for the first few eras, in order to make it look pretty in a page, I feel bad for the other 2 members. So at that point I feel like I would rather collect all 8 members. But at that point I also feel like it makes more sense to keep collecting 8 members. Which basically makes me currently feel like the choice is to either only collect Sangha or collect OT8 forever. That makes sense, right? I don't make sense, I'm sorry. I'm going to flip to the back of this binder for now to put Ginny's debut in. It's Ginny's solo debut, so that's also going to be cool. And she decided, like I counted everything before starting to film. Her solo debut is going to have 32 photo cards. Just let that sink in for a second. The total of Stray Kids I'm collecting for this comeback are 27 photo cards, collecting 3 members. And Ginny's solo is going to be 32 photo cards. And that is a lot. I'm not entirely sure what to call all of these, honestly. Okay, so that should be everything. Again, I had beforehand thought of a layout for this, so let's hope I remember. Yeah, I remember. So I'm going to do 1 page for the pink concept and 1 page for the black concept. And I lost everything. Am I blind? Yes, I'm blind. Okay. I'm going to start off with the pink concept. This needs to go on the back. And I'm going to do it right this time, which would be a first for the day. So, that is black. I said I'm going to start with pink. You know, you think this is not a very difficult thing. For my brain, it's incredibly difficult. I wasn't previously aware of this, but I seem to not have the attention span to do this, so that's good to know. I'm also pretty sure I'm slowly losing my voice, so that's great. I do hope I can actually finish this video with my voice, because otherwise it's not going to be done in time to upload. Am I still doing this right? Yeah. So I'm going to have the 3 concept cards on the front, along with 6 of the random photo cards. And on the back I'll have the lenti and another 6 of the random photo cards. And I'm going to do that for each version. So for the black one and the pink one. They may have different names, like that may not be their official names. Thing is, if I call them different names, I'm going to not understand what they are later on. I get incredibly confused because of that. And I don't feel like putting myself through that, so... On my channel they are just going to be called black and pink versions. So far I do think her teasers are looking really pretty. Like, this album is coming out a bit sooner than everything else in this video. So for her, there's more known about it basically. How did I still do this? Yeah, so for this there's more known about the album already. And like more teaser images out and stuff like that. And it's looking really pretty so far. So that's awesome. I just hope it's also going to sound good. Because not necessarily all debut albums end up sounding anything like what the group will sound like later on. So I do kind of hope I'll like the sound as well. Because that's always interesting with debuts. Especially with like pre-ordering debuts. I always think that's so scary because you're not sure what something is going to sound like. So how are you going to know whether you'll like that sound or not? I can't be the only one who struggles with that, right? Like for example, a while back JYP did the blind package thing for NMIX's debut. And in order to get that blind package, you had to pre-order before even knowing the members of the group. Which seems intense, you know? At that point you have no clue what the group will sound like. Not even a clue what the group will look like in that specific case. And at that point you have to pre-order and be like, yeah, I'm sure I'll like this. I have no clue what it is basically, but I'm sure I'll like it. Which is scary. And even though there hasn't been a JYP group that I don't like yet, I mean, it's still possible that it'll be a first, right? So yeah, I'm not sure if that's the best way to market things, honestly. Like, maybe a little less focusing on pre-ordering things you have no clue about, and focusing a little more on like fan calls and stuff like that once you know what you're buying, basically. I feel like that would be... I mean, I would like that more. There's probably a lot of people that wouldn't like that more, but I would like that more. Yeah, so that should be the black. Oh, or actually, no, I'm going to do the same thing I just did, but in the wrong order. So I'm going to do the back in the front and the front in the back. Because that way the pages will match up. It makes sense in my brain, just watch what I'm doing and we'll get there. These are not the ones that go. These are. Yeah, that's going to look prettier, right? Then it'll have the same gaps as the other side. Am I overthinking things? Maybe. No. Sometimes my memory isn't the best. Yeah, that works. I like that. Okay, that's already it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!